Hi everyone, today's video is on fractions of amounts, which was emailed to us as a suggestion of a topic someone would like to go through. So I'm going to do fractions of amounts using the bar model method, and I'm going to be using this resource which is from a really great website here. So the website is donsteward.blogspot.com. There are so many free good resources on there for maths, ones that really make you think hard about the problems and things like that. So good for extension and enrichment, kind of like challenge questions. But they also have kind of more basic worksheets like the one that I'm going to do today. Okay, so rather than just doing straightforward kind of find a fraction of a number, I thought we'd use this worksheet because it makes you think about the fractions a little bit more and shows you how using the bar model can be really useful. So I'm going to start with question 1, which says 1/6 is 7, what is 1/7? So essentially they're telling us we know what part of a number is worth, so 1/6 of a number is 7, and then we want to know what is 1/7 of that same number. So what you can do for this is, first of all, draw yourself out a bar like this. And because the first part tells me that 1/6 is 7, I want to represent 1/6 on my diagram. So I'm just going to split this roughly into 6 equal sections, and 1/6 would be like having one part of that bar. Now they've told us that 1/6 is worth 7. So I'm just going to put 7 in there. Actually, darker pen. There you go. Okay, so if 1/7 of the 1/6 is worth 7 and all these parts are the same, we could then write 7 in each of the other bars to see how much the whole amount is worth. So then I can see that if I've got 6 7s all together, this bar must be worth 42. So then if I draw out the bar again underneath, making it the same size, because it's still got to be worth 42. But the question now is, what is 1/7 of the bar? So let's now split this bar into 7. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 7 roughly equal parts. They're supposed to be equal, but it's quite hard to draw them. If you've got squared paper, it can come in quite handy here. And then I want 1/7. So again, I only want one part of the bar. I want this part. And if I know that 42 is worth the whole bar and I've got 7 equal sections, I can divide 42 by 7 to get what one bar is worth. So that would be 6. Therefore, in each section here, it would be 6. Therefore, the answer to question 1, what is 1/7, would be 6. Okay, so let's look at now a slightly harder one further along the sheet. Okay, they get progressively harder, these questions. So I'm now going to look at number 5. So this time it's told me that 3/4 is 15, and we want to find out what 4/5 is. So again, I'm going to draw myself out a bar like this, and I want to represent 3/4 on the bar. So if I split it into quarters and then shade in 3 parts, that would be 3/4. And they've told us that 3/4 is 15. So 15 is this part of the bar, not the full bar, because just 3/4 of it is 15. So I need to share 15 between these 3 equal blocks, which would be 5. And because the bar is worth 4 equal portions, this would also be 5. So now I can see that altogether the bar is worth 5 add 5 add 5 add 5, or 5 times 4, so 20. So then to find out the answer to the question, remember we want 4/5. So I'm going to draw a bar again, the same length because it is about the same value. And we want to split it into fifths and colour in 4 of them. So like that, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want 4/5. Now remember, we know the full bar is 20. But this time the bar has 5 equal parts, so I need to divide 20 by 5. So each bar is worth 4. Therefore, what is 4/5 of the bar? Well, that's just these parts here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 fours, which is 16. Okay, so the answer then to number 5 would be 16. Okay, so have a go at that. There's lots of questions here and they get quite difficult when you get down to the bottom ones, okay? If you are drawing bars, which are like this one, 18, if you want it to be out of 18 parts, you're going to want to draw quite a long bar so that you can split it into all of those sections. You might find as you get going that you don't need to draw the bar each time, but it's quite a good way of visually representing the question, okay? So this resource is called From One Fraction to Another, and it's on Don Stewart's blog, and it's on fractions of amounts.